Hello, and welcome to Navigating New Earth with me, Captain Kerry. And this is going to be a little bit of a different video to what I normally would do. I'm normally a bit more esoteric and into the kind of woo and the spiritual and, the galactic community and all that. But today I would like to try to summarize my my view of what is actually happening at the moment on planet Earth, but I'd like to just focus on Lancashire in England because we have to start where we are if we're going to fix things and turn things around. And I think somehow I have a feeling it's time. So, three things that I've come to understand over the past 4.5 years, without a shadow of a doubt, is number one, God is real. Number two, we are not alone in the universe. And number three, we've been lied to about everything, everything, everything. And it is with that final point that I would like to move forward, and I want to discuss what I mean and also explain, what that means for us, the people of Lancashire, and then to offer some solutions and a possible meeting point for people to go move forward and take action. I am not a know-it-all. I am not here to make money. I'm not selling anything. I'm not here to control anybody. I'm not here to be a guru, a savior, or a teacher, or anything. I just have information that I would like to share. And all that I ask is that you just listen and have a think about what I'm saying. And if anything resonates, don't dismiss it. This is very, very important, what's happening on the planet right now. And, we are in this kind of fifth generational psychological warfare, and it's a spiritual battle. But more of that in other videos. Right now, I just want to focus on, the people of Lancashire or wherever and explain what's happening and why and how we get out of it. And just remember something. I walk around Lancashire. I've been walking around for 2 years. I've met a lot of people. I've talked to a lot of people. I've upset a lot of people, triggered a lot of people. But I've also met a lot of people who understand what I'm trying to say. They are good people. But the problem is everybody always invariably says, well, good luck with that. We wish you well. And I'm like, well, it's not just me that's affected. This isn't about me. This is about, it's about a lot. It's bigger than you can imagine. So just remember there are good people. And I know that there are huge amounts of incredibly amazing things happening behind the scenes, ready for us to integrate with when people are awake and have decided that they want to take back their freedom because they will be slaves no more. Take back their freedom from corporations such as Lancashire County Council and all the other councils that piggyback on top of it so that they can extract their whatever pounds of flesh from we, the gentle fair folk of Lancashire. It's game over. It's game over, folks, and let me explain why. So, for those of you that have a computer nearby, you might want to fact check me as I speak. Although I do believe lots of real kind of lawful information and, what you would consider to be open source public information is being removed every day to cover up tracks and crimes. But it is now well known that Lancashire County Council and all the rest of these councils are actually private companies. Yep. They're all listed on Companies House as companies. Your government, via the councils and courts and police, not what you think it is, not what you signed up for. It's not at all what you give your hard-earned money for. You know, you're giving this money to an organization that you believe is working on your behalf, but we are now seeing that in fact, it sometimes appears as though they seem to think we work for them. It's all upside down. I've got another two videos which I'm going to post after this one, which I actually made before this one. But I just kind of didn't feel comfortable. It was a bit too esoteric, a bit too much, maybe, you know. I think to say we're in a spiritual battle between good and evil is enough at this time. And it's all anybody really needs to know. Um, but yeah, Lancashire County Council, who tried to sell Beacon Fell, who have contracted out everything to other private companies. So obviously I am speaking the truth. It is now just a group of little companies run by greedy little children who do not care about anything other than money. Yeah, and you know it's true. You know it's true. Well, now it's time to say no more. And people say, well, you know, what we're going to do, there's nothing we can do. There's everything we can do. It's a company. So imagine that there was only one shop in England called, let's just say, Marks and Spencer's, that sold everything that you needed. And you had to keep going to Marks and Spencer's to get everything that you needed. And Marks and Spencer's kind of, well, originally they set themselves up to kind of trap people ultimately. And, you know, or there were lots of little shops and Marks and Spencer's just took over all the little shops and turned it into one big shop where they then were in control of the prices and could do what they wanted. And what could the people do? Because there was only Marks and Spencer's. You had to pay the price. But then one day, another shop opened up, and there was nothing against the law that said that this other shop could not open up. In fact, I believe it's against the law to have a monopoly. I guess that's why maybe the councils have made themselves into lots of little councils so that they can say, well, there is monopoly, but it's not because it's all under the same umbrella, being controlled by the same few people in the know to keep the rest of us ignorant. And this is happening around the whole planet. And people pay attention to what's happening in America right now with Mr. Trump. It's not what it seems. We're truly not in Kansas anymore, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys. There are new sheriffs in town, and they're about to make themselves known. So you have this company, Lancashire County Council, which let's just say, okay, fine, whatever, you know, let's just go along with it. But you know, what are they actually providing for all this money that you have to keep paying? You know, all taxes are voluntary. That's the law. But you see, they don't want you to know that. And so they will make examples of people in the fake courts and send them to prison to frighten everybody else. But look, all the truth is out, and highly recommend everybody to go and check out a channel on YouTube. It's Richard Vobes. I will include a link in the description. He's been demonetized and challenged, and the bailiffs have been round to try and nick his car. And he's an amazing chap who is on a journey to discover, you know, what on earth is going on, eh? What's going on? So if Lancashire County Council is a private company, then number one, that means therefore you have every right to sack them if they're not performing as they should be. What we need, though, is apart from everybody individually writing into their local people in and out over and over, is we need mass people to come together and write "We the People of Lancashire" letters, because we act as one body and they cannot attack us as individuals. We're the body collective representing Lancashire County Council. And one of the solutions will be, we need people to step forward to become elders of a round table for we, the people of Lancashire. We need a round table of youngers as well. And we need to have a department of common sense. And we need to bring back morals, ethics, logic, and reason, fair trials for discrepancies and misdemeanors and quarrels. We need to operate from the real proper law that would have been set down by the creator originally to make sure that we honor free will and do no harm. Everything else is free. We're each meant to create our own kingdom on this planet, but instead we have a small group of psychopathic megalomaniacs and worse who are creating their reality, their version of a world, which if you kind of have a look around at the moment, it's not very nice, is it? I've been back in the UK for 2 years, so I've seen 2 summers and we're kind of about to enter third winter. Where are all the wildflowers? I live in the country. It's just always green. Sure, I notice the cows and the sheep trying to eat grass from the edge of the field because they don't want to eat what's been sprayed into the middle. We're under attack. Geoengineering is real. It isn't a conspiracy. They even tell you, we're going to cloud seed today. We don't really care what it does to the crops and everyone who's underneath it. We're just going to block out the sun just to F everything up. So, yeah, I mean, things are not right. And I think everybody knows that things are not right. And we have to now take the reins and dig deep and sort out all these different things. We've got to look into, the climate, have a no-fly zone of that nonsense over Lancashire. We have to look into taxes, schools, the hospital system, the law system, the police, education. We have to look into issues around trafficking. We have to abolish the whole middleman system, which means all the supermarkets. We have to bring back independent craft and trade. That's where we get to keep the money and get all the value. 80% or more of everything that we pay is going to nothing. It's going to things we don't need, that we never even asked for. They're putting up all these towers everywhere. When did we say that was okay? We didn't. We've not been asked about anything. And I get it. I know it's huge. What I'm telling you, what I'm dropping is huge. If this is new to you, it's enormous. And it's enough to make you want to. But as many of us who have been through this for the past 4.5 years, since all this started to come out, have now come to realize the pen is mightier than the sword. But I choose to use my words, and my pen. My words, that's an anagram for sword. So consider this my pen. This is my story. This is my witness statement in the living oral tradition. It is absolutely valid above everything else in law. I would also like to state here for the record that I am asking for intervention from the Positive Alliance military as a civil authority in Lancashire, which is now taking over and superseding any control that any of these fake companies have manipulated us into thinking they have over us. I do hereby swear to serve the people of Lancashire in the best way as we disseminate the information and reorganize systems. I'm not here to be a leader. I'm here just to be of assistance. And I promise to do that to the best of my ability. You see, the problem is that I'm going to go into a little bit of detail about some of the problems that we're facing and why we need to stop them, just to give you a bit of fire up your ass. But I would just like to really underline something again here to all of the people that work at Lancashire County Council. You work for the people of Lancashire. Blackpool Town Council, you work for the people, we the people of Lancashire, Blackpool, wherever, it's all the same. And you seem to have forgotten this. And very soon, everybody's going to know who you are and what you've done. But if you kind of step forward and, remedy the things that you've done wrong, you will be okay. There will not be such a severe judgment upon you. But there is coming a time any day now where things are going to change massively in one fell swoop. Some say it is God coming to take out all the evil and install the righteous. The meek shall inherit the earth kind of vibe. This is happening. It's real. It's not a fictional, biblical, far away, up in the skies, 2,000 years ago, load of bullshit. It's real. It's translated into 2024. It includes AI as being a force that we absolutely are all contending against or with. And it's happening, and it's time to wake up. And if we come together and do the right thing, everything will be okay. Now, I'm not going to talk about Trump and the election in this video, but you can look at another two videos I'm going to post. This is the third video I'm doing in this series, but it will be the first one posted because I'm trying to simplify and really just boil it down to the basic message, which is there are people behind the scenes who are involved in great, amazing changes, which are about to be exposed to the world. It requires faith, an open heart, and a willingness for things to change for the better, for you to understand this plan, or to accept that there are good people in the world doing good things. And I know that more than anyone. My life has been far from easy, but I have never, ever stopped believing that one day something good was going to happen. And I do believe that that time is now. And it's already happening for so many people around the planet, millions and millions of people. We, the people of Lancashire, are sovereign and free. We are the ones who say what's going to happen. If I stop you at your little fake roadwork, digging, traffic light, setup nonsense, and I ask you to show me paperwork that allows you to be there, because I'm pretty sure if I just went and blocked a road somewhere, the police would be on my case really quick. But no, these people seem to think that they have some sort of power over us. And if I'm not sworn at or ridiculed or threatened, I'm met with complete confusion. Nobody has a clue that they actually do need some paperwork. And look, this is literally just one of hundreds and hundreds of things that are constantly being done to people against their will. 2020 being the ultimate piss take. A piss take with extremely serious consequences, the beginnings of which we are only just beginning to realise. The climate change agenda is real, it's happening, and it's not fun. And you need to open your eyes and stop romanticizing it or taking the lies that the, new and meteorological office is coming up with whatever. Oh yeah, those are those kind of clouds. Oh yeah, and that's caused. Yeah, you know what? It's all a bunch of lies. Your lies are getting more ridiculous, and people are starting to notice. Taxes are voluntary. We have to stop the urban takeover of the countryside with these horrific council estates that I call, well, these glorified council estates, but they're literally a mirage. It's nothing. You don't get anything. You don't get a house. You get a pile of junk. You get a piece of paper. Yeah, and that's the whole thing. You need to check Richard Vobes. You know, there's so much fraud around bank loans and mortgages. Everything to do with money is fraud. Everything. It's all about to change. Now, Lancashire is mainly an agricultural county, as most of England is really. And the weather manipulation is affecting the crops, and all the farmers know this. And not only that, but the government are then coming after them for more and more money with more and more rules and regulations, more and more bullshit of doom. And it's time to say no. And by the way, I don't fully agree with the whole no farmers, no food. Because if I was an alien from another planet and I was watching what was going on Earth and I saw people running around with signs that said no farmers, no food, I'd think that they wanted no farmers and no food. So we have to be careful with this. You know, we are being affected by black magic and sorcery. And if that's too much for you, that's okay. Goodbye. We'll take care of it. Now, if you have a look at agriculture defense coalition.org, which again, I'm going to put at the bottom along with Richard's link, um, you'll fully understand what's going on and why. Everything will make sense to you. And I urge you to go. I can't tell you. You already know what's going on. Don't be afraid to do the research. Don't be afraid to face the truth. So I'm just writing down agriculturedefense.org. We have to stop this. This is a takeover of the Mother Earth, of nature, of everything that's organic and beautiful and God spark and divine. This is happening and it's real, and we have to stop it. Now, farmers, loads of people in England know what's been going on. We know, and we know that there's even some of you that have kind of sold your soul. Many have committed suicide because of it. And others are now beginning to wake up to the fact that we have to all come clean. It's not just farmers, it's doctors and nurses, teachers, lawyers, accountants, hoteliers. Everybody's now going to have to step forward and even if you don't want to speak any truth, just do the right thing to help, you know, and spread this word to people because it's all about to go down. I'm just giving people a bit of fair warning and also trying to get the word out so that when the lights do go out, if they do go out for long, we can get ourselves a little bit organized while we're kind of in this interim period of switching over to whole new benevolent systems, which are coming. Make no mistake, they are coming. And so it's a plea now for people to reach out to me or each other or any of the links I'm going to provide in the video description, link box below thingy, to start doing something to stop this nonsense. Okay? It can't carry on. It can't carry on. I mean, how has this happened? How? It's like the government is a psychopathic mother, father, spouse, friend who's just abusing us, and we just keep taking the abuse. It has to stop. I mean, what are they doing? They're saving us from the sun by destroying the earth. Nothing that they say makes sense, and it's all lies. Like I said, we've been lied to about every single thing. So That's all I've got to say right now. I'm going to head off. I've got a lady that is a farmer that I met. She's 86 and her name's Janet, and she knows a bunch of farmers. So I'm just going to go and give all the information that I've got. There are ways out of this. And it's been a lot of people working behind the scenes for the past 4.5 years have brought us to the point where we actually have a way out. And it's very, very simple. And it starts with you knowing who you are and remembering who you are and remembering how things are supposed to be. It's not supposed to be this way. We're not supposed to be controlled by a bunch of psychopathic megalomaniac vampires. We're not. And they can only do it if we consent. But if we all say no in numbers, like I keep saying, it's game over. And by the way, the numbers are growing. They're huge. They're massive. And this is happening. So I'd be like jumping in the cool kid club now. Said it in another video. I'm repeating myself over and over to try and get the point across. We're the boss. They work for us. So remember, all correspondence from them, all demands, all of their fake court cases and legal this and that, it's all fake. It's all unlawful. And they're all going to be paying for it very soon. So anyone who catches this video involved in any shady shit, now it's time to walk away before it's too late. Because military tribunals take 2 minutes and, you're basically deciding which type of punishment, not whether you're ever going to get away from the punishment, if you catch my drift. We're in amazing times, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I'm very, very faded with this weather. I fail to function well when there's no sunlight. And it has been very dark for about 6 or 7 days now. But I have an inner light within me, and I know what's coming, one way or the other. And it is going to be absolutely amazing. I swear and promise. I just know. And I really am speaking to those of you that are weary and lost. We're at the beginning of an amazing journey home. And it all starts with you opening up your heart and allowing these words in and getting yourself a little bit kind of motivated to make some changes, because together it's going to be absolutely freaking amazing. And love to the haters as well. We're all one. Right, I'm not going to go there, but I am going to say God is real again. So back to the beginning, and we're not alone in the universe. We are being helped. We are receiving assistance in ways you can only begin to dream about. And, we are going to have first contact very soon in a couple of years. Amazing things are coming to planet Earth. Remember, Jetsons, flying cars are already being made. They're being made. They're going to be out in 6 months. Anyway, this is pomegranate and cranberry. Although I kind of wish it was red wine, but those days are over. We have a lot of work to do ahead of us. So I'm going to go chill out with my dog, enjoy this grey, misty, smoky, weird, strange weather. And I'll post this as number one, and then I'll post number two and three, going into a little bit more detail about what's really going on the planet, and then another video about why I've been keeping an eye on Mr. Trump and what's happening over there right now, actually tomorrow. And I'm going to be interviewing Richard Vobes tomorrow as well, which is amazing, because I am blocked, banned and deleted and, targeted. So it has been a bit of a strange journey. But we keep going, we keep plugging away. And with that, I'm just going to say, I'm very excited about what's coming. That's all I can say, really. All right, much love to everybody. Do the right thing and just know, yeah, this is it. See you later.